Action. Look at the person sitting at the desk next to you. Or look in the mirror. They arrive at 9 a.m., leave at 5 p.m. They look busy. They're clicking, typing, and sighing. If you actually measure their output, it's pathetic. Why? Because society gave them an 8-hour container. Their brain realized, I have 8 hours to fill, so it filled it with fluff. They spend 2 hours on emails that don't matter, 3 hours in meetings that could have been a text, 3 hours perfecting a font. You aren't working, you're performing busyness. If I told that same person their house was on fire and they had to finish all their work in 30 minutes or lose everything, they would get it done. The quality wouldn't drop, the ego would. That is Parkinson's law in its rawest form. Think of work like a gas. If you put gas into a small jar, it stays compressed. If you put that same amount of gas into a massive cathedral, it expands to fill every corner. Time is the cathedral. Most of you are building cathedrals for tiny tasks. You spend 3 days researching a gym plan when you could have just done 10 push-ups in 10 seconds. You are using time to hide from the fear of actually starting. Complexity is the ultimate mask for insecurity. You make the task big so you have an excuse for why it's not done yet. Remember college? You had a whole semester for months to write that thesis. What did you do? You spent 118 days thinking about it, gathering sources and complaining. Then, in the final 48 hours before the deadline, you entered a state of flow that would make a monk jealous. You wrote 50 pages in 2 nights. Why couldn't you do that in month 1? Because the container was too big. The lack of a deadline is a death sentence for focus. You didn't get smashed by the deadline, you were saved by it. The deadline forced you to stop being a perfectionist and start being a producer. Here's the part that should make you angry. This isn't just about spreadsheets and emails. This is about your life. You say you'll start that business someday. You say you'll travel when you have time. You've given yourself a 40-year container for your dreams. And guess what? Your dreams are expanding to fill those 40 years. They are becoming slow, bloated, and lethargic. You're dying in slow motion. You think you have time, so you waste it. If you were told you only had 6 months to live, that business would be launched by Monday. The fluff in your life would evaporate. Your relationships would become real instantly. You don't need more life. You need a sense of urgency that borders on a crisis. So how do we fix the pacing? We manufacture the crisis. Stop asking how long will this take, and start asking how can I finish this in 20% of the time. The task normally takes a week. Give yourself until tomorrow at noon. The meeting is scheduled for an hour. Cut it to 15 minutes. Put your laptop charger in another room and tell yourself you have to finish the project before the battery dies. Constraint is the mother of creativity. When you have no time, you have no room for ums, ahs, or what ifs. You only have room for the kill. Don't be proud of how many hours you worked. Be proud of how many hours you saved. Productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. In a time frame that scares you, shareable quote, work is a gas. It expands to fill the container you give it. If you want more life, shrink the container. If you're ready to stop being fake busy and start being dangerous, comment 20% rule below. It's time to stop the clock and start the impact. Cut, we're done here.